Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 28 of Learn Lightroom 5. And in this episode, we're going to make a book. And I've got a lot of requests. People want me to show the book module, and I've been putting off doing it because I really don't know the book module. I really had no desire to ever really make a book, but a lot of people do and they enjoy doing it. So I decided to give it a try and make a book. And to learn, what I did was I went to YouTube and I looked at some other people's videos. And to tell you the truth, they go into really great detail. I mean, almost excruciating detail about the book module. More detail than I'm capable of giving you. So what I'm going to do is in the description of this video, I'm going to have the links to a couple videos that I thought they did a great job on explaining the book module. The purpose of my video is I'm going to make a book, and you're going to see me make a book live. And I'm going to fumble and bumble my way through it. But in part 2 of this video was whenever I get the book in my hands, I'm going to show you the book, and you're going to see the quality of the book so you could see how I made it. And when we get it, I'll show you how good the book is. You could decide for yourself whether or not you want to make one. And maybe then when I get the book, you'll know, well, maybe I shouldn't do what he did because I don't like the way it came out. You know what I mean? So something like that. So to get started, you have a number of photographs you want to put in your book. First, go in the library module and do a collection. In a previous episode of Learn Lightroom 5, we went over collections. So put all your photographs that you want in your book in a collection. I called my collection Portfolio. Okay? And I have 32 images in it. And the next thing you should do is you should put them roughly in the order you want them in your book. The reason being is Lightroom defaults. If you've never used the book module before, it's going to default and it's going to autofill your book. So it's a little easier to have them in roughly in the order you want them in. Now you'll find we're going to move them around anyway, but this will make it a little easier for you. All right. So once you have them sorted in the order you want them in, just go over to the book module and click on book. And as you can see, as I mentioned, it auto-filled the book module. Now, if yours didn't for any reason, go up here to book preferences. And you can see the first one is zoom to fill, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And this option here is start new books by auto-filling. So that's why Lightroom is defaulted when you buy it. It will have this checkbox checked. So that's why I wanted you to pre-order them. It helps make this a little easier. Fill text boxes with filler text. In my book that I'm going to make, I'm not going to have any text except on the front page of the book, on the front cover of the book. So I fill text boxes with filler text. That's if you were, you'll see. I'll get into that in a minute, I guess. Constrain captions to safe area. That's if you had captions on your book, then it would make sure that the letters don't run off the page, that they're in far enough so they don't go off the page when the book is printed. Now you could also fill the text boxes with title metadata, caption metadata, or file metadata. So that means any metadata you have, if you have the captions filled out or the file names filled out and you want that in your book, then make sure you just have this clicked before you populate your book, and all that will get put in. It will save you a lot of time. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to have any text in my book at all. All right. Now, we'll start off. It shows you this is the grid view, and over here you have 3 views. And if you just hover over anything in the book mod, or anything in Lightroom for that matter, if you hover over it, usually it'll give you a little helper, like quick key or an explanation of what it is. And in this, it's a multi-page view. I'm calling it the grid view, and Command or Control E will get you to that. The next one is the book layout view. They call it the spread view. That's as though the book was open in front of you, and that's Command R. And the last is if you just look at a single page, and that's Command T. So, for instance, let's go to this one. We have this photograph here. This is the spread view. and that is the single page view, so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Now let's get back to the top here. We have the back of my book and the front of my book, and those happen to be the last picture is the back of the book, and if I go this way, the first picture is the front of the book. I don't want, I definitely don't want this as the front of my book right here. I like this one as the front of my book. Now if I could just drag it up there, but what it will do, it will swap positions. Now I don't want to do that because this shot is already right there, and I don't want it in my book twice. I don't mind if it's on the cover and then inside of the book. I just don't want it inside of the book twice. So find my photograph down here, and you drag it from down here and just drop it in there, and then it just replaced it, so it didn't it didn't add it a second time inside of the book. Now one thing I want to do real quick is to show you guys, now I'm going to click on this image and you'll see a slider appears up here, and we could zoom in or zoom out. Now it's got white bars, but it's not cropped. Well, it's cropped slightly. You can see where this part over here is going to lose some of the photograph. I don't mind if it's cropped. A lot of times, actually, tell you the truth, I get kind of buggy if my photos get cropped, but in the book I'm going to make it simple. I don't mind if it's cropped. What you could do is right click on the photograph, zoom photo to fill cell, and that will fill the cell. Now remember, in the book preferences, zoom to fill, that was defaulted, so that's why all my photographs in my book are zoomed to fill right away, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have this one as the cover. Now I go back to it one more time. We could grab it, move it around, so can move it wherever I want it, and I'm going to keep it right about there. Okay, go back to this. Alright, now this one, this is a vertical shot, and it got, because I'm zoomed to fill, it's cut off the moon over here, and I want that entire shot to show. So I'm going to change something. I only have 2 vertical shots in this entire array of photos. The first 2 happen to be the vertical ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have those on one page. So what you do is click on this picture here in this little flyout menu, and I'm going to go to 2 photos. And then it gives me some templates for 2 photos. You can see you could have 2 photos on the left with some text on the right, or vice versa, and all around. I don't want any text, so I'm just going to have 2 photos. And as you could see, what it did right away is it moved that picture into the first slot, and it's the entire shot. Now you can see this crazy moon and my sun and Niagara Falls Rapids, Niagara Falls, Ontario in the background. Now I got to get a picture over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the grid view, and I mentioned this one here is a vertical shot too. All I got to do is drag it over there, and now I have the 2 vertical shots right next to each other, so I'm happy with that. So we're going to go back to the grid view, and now I'm going to rearrange them slightly. Now I have a hole here, but I'm just going to move them all over one until I get to something I don't like, and I might change it around. Alright, so I have these 2 pages worth of docs all kind of right in a row, so I like that. I have this waterfall here, and I have this one I'm going to put there. Now I like this picture better than the waterfall, and I think I want my stronger picture, at least in my mind, what I think is stronger, on the right hand side, because I believe when someone opens a book, their eyes are going to land over here to the right. So I'd rather have this one there, so I just move it and they swap places. Now this one I'm going to put there, and I'm going to put that boat there, so I have the 2 boats next to each other. This photo I don't even care for that much. I don't know why I put it in there, but we'll put that there. We'll put this one there. We'll put this one here. Okay, now this here, this shot right here, this is a panorama, and it's getting cut off, as you can see. Well, you probably can't tell, but this is a panorama, and if I click on it and I zoom out, you can see it's a panorama. So I don't like that. I want the panorama to show. So I'm going to go back to this view, and I'm going to move it over to the left panel. Right? I'm going to do the little flyout menu, and I'm going to go 2 page spread right there. And I come up with these templates, and I'm going to pick that first one. And you can see now it has it spreading across both pages. Now as you look at it, you can see the little shadow right here. That's kind of give you that's the spine of the book right there. And my photograph is now spanning across both those pages. So that's good. I wanted that. And so I have these city pictures now. I'm going to move those over a little bit. Let's see here. And we got that one there. I think we'll just swap those. And I got the butterflies now. See, I've got kind of the same thing. When you open the book, you'll see two butterflies next to each other. You'll see two deer next to each other. So I'm just quickly moving them into the order that I want them in. And there, I think I like that one better. Okay, now I'm got my vulture here, but I could add another picture, but you know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this entire thing. I'm not too crazy about that vulture picture, and I got them up here anyway. So I'm going to leave them on the back cover of the book. And what I'm going to do is I just highlight both of these, and I right click and click on remove pages. Now they're gone. Okay, so now I have my book laid out the way I want it. 32, if you see, it's a blank page, and I'm going to show you something real quick. See how it says Blurb right here? That is their logo. Now right here, logo page, if I notice I'm at $52.19. If I turn that to none, it goes away. But I'm at $60.79. So heck, I don't care if their logo shows on the last page of my book. I saved, $8. So, that's up to you, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, now I got the book laid out the way I want it. And as I mentioned, I'm going to print it with Blurb. That's the company in the US at least that will print the books. I could go with PDF, where it just create a PDF on my computer, or a JPEG book on my computer. But I'm going to go with Blurb. We're going to actually get it, and I'm going to show it to you guys. I want the standard landscape book. Of course, the large landscape would cost considerably more. The other ones would be a little less. So I'm going to go with the standard landscape book. We have 3 choices for the cover. We could have just the hardcover with the images right on the cover, or a hardcover with a dust jacket, which is a little cheaper, or a softcover book, which is a lot cheaper. But I'm going to go with the hardcover image wrap. Then we have a number of different types of paper we could use. And from what I've read, this Proline Pearl Photo really is a stunning paper for the book. It costs the most though, but I'm going to go with it. So we're going with the Proline Pearl Photo. And as I mentioned, the logo page is going to be on. Now, I'm not going to have any text in the book. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing. I never went past this point. When I was practicing this to show you guys how to do it, I was putting some words up here, like the photography of Anthony Morganti, some text. But what you'll see when I go through the process of sending the book to Blurb, it's asking me for a title, and it's asking me for the author of the book. So I'm not sure. This is one of the parts when we get the book we'll find out. I'm not sure if it's going to print it on the front. I'm not really sure because it doesn't say. So I'm going to put these here anyway because I want to show you how to put text in your book. All right. So we're going to put page text or photo text. Now we're going to go with photo text, so it's going to be aligned with the photo. And we're going to go to, excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't want photo text. See, I totally screwed up already. I want page text, and I want it at the top of the page. Okay, so page text, top of the page. Now we're going to go down to the text style, the type over here, and we're going to make it bigger right away so I could see it. So we just slide this slider, and I'm going to type in here the photography of Anthony Morganti. Okay, now I hate that font. Now this is my biggest gripe with this book module. I want to change this font that says the photography of. All you got to do is click this drop down. But look at all these fonts. There's like, 100 fonts, maybe more. But I don't know what they are. You can't really see, what you're choosing. A sample. Normally you get a sample of the font. Now I know I like Garamond, so we're going to go with that for that one. So I got the Adobe Garamond for that. Now I want kind of a calligraphy font for this one, and I don't know if bear with me, hopefully I could do this real fast. If not, I'll have to pause the video. And I think I am. I'm going to pause the video so I could find a font, and I'll be right back. Okay, I found the font. I want Lucida Calligraphy, I think. So there's that. So now I'm going to make it a little smaller so that it fits on my page. Actually, I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to, let's see here. See, this is with the font thing. It always drives me crazy. There we go. The photography of Anthony Morganti. There we go. Something like that. Now, I kind of still don't care for the way it looks, to tell you the truth. So what we're going to do is tracking adjust the spacing between the letters. The baseline kind of moves it around like that. Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll go with that because, for the sake of time. This right here, though, let's see. We can make that a little smaller. Yeah, I think that looks better a little smaller, like that. Photography of Anthony Morganti. And I think we're going to change the color of this just so I could show you guys how to do it. Is highlight it, and then go right here where it's black right now. Click on that. And we're going to make it white. Okay, simple as that. I'm not going to get too fancy with this. All right, so we have the photography Anthony Morganti. I still don't like that that much, tell you the truth. As a matter of fact, I kind of hate it, but I don't want to have the video going on for like 2 hours, 3 hours as I fuss over a font. So let's see. Make this one just a little bigger maybe without spilling over, and make this one just a little bigger. There we go. We got to get the yeah, I guess we'll go with that. Okay, so now that's the title. Now as I mentioned, I'm not sure, you'll see if it's going to do another title, but we'll see in a minute. I'm going to send the book to Blurb, so I'm going to click this button down here. I'm ready to send it, and it'll come up with this this here. It's going to ask for my book title, book subtitle, and book author. Now I'm already logged in. If you didn't I created an account with Blurb already, so if you didn't yet, it'll come up with a box, but it's going to ask you to sign in, and it's going to ask down here in the lower hand corner if you don't have an account to click there, and then you could create your account. Alright, but see how it's asking for the book title here? So I'm going to write the photography of Anthony Morganti, and then I'm going to book subtitle. It says you must give it a title and an author, so I'm going to not give it a subtitle, I guess, and then I'm going to give it an author of me. Okay, now we're going to upload the book. Now, like I mentioned, I never did this before, so I'm not really sure how long it's going to take. Right now, up in here in the upper left-hand corner, it's saying uploading book to Blurb, rendering cover. So I guess this will give us the rundown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video again instead of letting you guys watch paint dry. And when this is done, I'll be back and we'll go on with the next step. Okay, it finally uploaded. It took about at least 20 minutes. And it immediately then opened my browser and it brought me to the Blurb website. And it's showing that I selected the image wrap hardcover, which was $34.39. The paper I selected was the Proline Pearl Photo. Now it's talking about the end sheets it want me, to pick, and it has some that cost $3 each, or the standard mid-gray is no charge. I'm going to stay with the standard mid-gray. It's also telling me I can convert the book to an ebook for the iPad for another $10. I'm not going to do that. I only want one book, and here's the breakdown of the pricing. And it came, just for my ease of use, it pre-checked add a PDF version for an extra $4.99. I don't want that. All right, so I'm unclicking that. So it's $52.19 and does not include shipping. So I'm going to hit add to cart, and we'll see what happens here. Okay, so it's $52.19. There's my book, and it appears that it's not putting that title and author on the cover of the book. It's probably putting it inside the book somewhere, or on the spine of the book. So we're going to click checkout. Da, 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 da. All right, now it's going to ask for my address and all that. So all this personal information, I'm going to pause the video again and enter it. And I'm sorry I keep pausing the video, but you guys don't want to know where I live anyway. And I'm going to do all that, and then I'm going to come back and just do some couple more things. One thing I just noticed right here, it was $52.19, and it shows savings of $13.04, so it's $39.15. So I don't know why it does that, but that's excellent. So sounds like a good thing to me. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to add my address, and then add my payment, place my order, and I'll be back to talk to you guys in a minute. Okay guys, I'm back. I entered all my billing information and everything, and why I got that discount, it was my first order ever. So they gave you a 25% discount. So keep that in mind. One thing I did want to show you though is this is a screenshot of one of the screens as I was going through for the shipping. And they had 3 different delivery dates, and of course the shipping went up for each date. I chose the cheapest one, which was December 26th. Now I'm not sure if this has something to do with Christmas, or if it's like this all the time when you order these books. So I just wanted to make you aware of it. And you could see the date, it's kind of the day before, or a couple days before Christmas, and the day after Christmas. So I just chose December 26th. That's fine for me. And they charged me sales tax. I live in New York State in the U.S., and the shipping was $7.99. So my total came to $51.27. And when I get that book, I'll do a follow-up video concerning this, where I'll show you guys the book, and you could decide for yourself whether you think you ever want to buy a book. Again, I'm going to apologize for the video itself that I just did. It was actually a very difficult video for me to do, because obviously I'm not very familiar with the book module in Lightroom. So I appreciate everyone sticking with me so far. Hopefully you got something out of it, and really check out those links I have below. Those instructors really know the book module, and they'll teach you all the little things you need to know. But that's it for episode 28 of Learn Lightroom 5, and hopefully in episode 29 it's a lot better and smoother. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.